Hey, we're good to go. Hey, thank you, Randy Wistoff, Director of the Zoo. Can't thank you all enough for being here today. Exciting day. We were going to do a groundbreaking when we started this project, and because of COVID and all the things in between, it's more of like a 6-year-old birthday party than a christening to get us started. But exciting day for the zoo, and happy to have you here before the snow flies. So it's my pleasure to introduce our current Friends of the Zoo board chair. She's been active in the zoo for many, many, many years and has been very helpful. She's so young, she started when she was 6. But Haley has been a godsend to the zoo and to all of us here. So my pleasure to introduce you to Haley Hansen, Friends of the Zoo board chair. Haley?
Thank you, everyone. Gosh, what a landmark day today is. So exciting, and there's so many people to thank, because this wouldn't have happened if we all wouldn't have come together as a community. First and foremost, we have to thank our donors. Thank you so much for making this happen. We have to thank the mayor and the city council, our county, Clay and Jackson counties, and our legislators. Thank you so much. The Kansas City Parks, we want to thank you, and we also want to have a big thank you to the Friends of the Zoo board who made this happen today. And this really started when the Friends of the Zoo partnered with the city of Kansas City in 2003 to take over the management of the city. And our first order of business back then was to hire a zoo director that could change the face of the Kansas City Zoo, to make it a destination. And we got every bit of that and more in Randy Wistoff. How lucky we are to have this man as our zoo director. So we are here today because of Randy Wistoff, and right by Randy Wistoff's side is Barb Wistoff. So we have to thank Barb as well. Thank you, too, for your years and years of service and making this dream happen. So in 2003, we started working with the city to manage the Kansas City Zoo. And then the next big milestone was, how do we fund the Kansas City Zoo? And we came up with the idea to go to the voters in Jackson and Clay counties and ask to create a zoological tax district. So that was really step 2 of this big plan that has come together to make this a destination and a world-class zoo. That happened in 2011 because of the voters of Jackson and Clay County and because of the commissioners, 2 of which are going to speak later today. And we thank them so much for their support of the Kansas City Zoo. And so now that brings us here today. What a momentous day this is to be able to say that we are building an aquarium that's going to change the face of the Kansas City Zoo. 600,000 gallons of water will be behind you. An amazing interactive experience for all of our guests, and most importantly, for the kids. That's who we serve. That's our mission. That's why I joined the Friends of the Zoo board, is for the children. Our mission is to connect kids to the natural world, and through that, give them an experience to be able to come see animals in their natural habitat. And that's exactly what we're going to be able to do, not only with additional experiences here at the zoo, but with this amazing aquarium. This aquarium is also going to provide approximately 100 new jobs to the Kansas City market, and going to provide an economic impact of over $14 million a year. And think about all of the people, the visitors that are coming, not only from our communities, not only from our schools, but from around the country, because they want to come to the Kansas City Zoo because it's a destination. It's a world-class zoo. And again, we have Randy Wistoff. This was his dream. When I joined the zoo 14 years ago, we didn't talk about an aquarium. We did talk about funding a lot. But as soon as we got that funding passed, he wanted to build an aquarium. And so I stand here not only as the chair this year for the Friends of the Zoo board, but for the previous chairs and all of those volunteers. And that includes Chuck Casely, and I don't know if Chuck is here today. This really started because of Chuck's leadership and Todd LaSala, who were the previous board chairs. So I can't take all the credit for helping to lead the zoo. It's really on those leaders that we're here today. So I'll keep my remarks short, but turn it over to someone who needs no introduction. Mayor Quentin Lucas, who has done so much to support the Kansas City Zoo and support the city of Kansas City. We are so lucky to have Mayor Lucas here today, and he is a huge supporter of our zoo. Thank you, Mayor Lucas, for coming.
Thank you so much. Well, good afternoon, everybody, on a cool day. It is great to see all of you. And I'm here to provide remarks. First, I want to thank all the taxpayers as one of them. But Kansas City, Missouri, we get to stand as the landlord today on this wonderful facility. And we are so excited to see the enhancements. First, I'll start with a few thank yous and acknowledgments of people I see out in the world. There are many of you that I will see, but I'll note only just a few. First of all, from the City Council in Kansas City, Missouri, we have Eric Bunch, who snuck in the corner, Raina Park Shaw, Andrea Boo, and I saw the always cool Lee Barnes walking around as well. Thank you all and all on City Council for being a part of this project. I also want to acknowledge, in some ways I see her as my mayoral boss. I'm fairly new in the metro, deans of mayors and all of that, but Peggy Dunn has been telling me what to do wisely for some time. We were at a groundbreaking in Leawood not long ago. I'm glad to welcome her back to Kansas City. I look forward to going to Leawood again soon. Mayor Dunn, it's great to see you and your husband here with us today. I also have the fortune as a mayor of appointing a parks board that this year and this term have dealt with more issues than we might have imagined. Usually we get to talk about just happy things. This time we've talked about budget challenges, COVID-19, everything under the sun, and I want to acknowledge and thank Jack Holland for all of your work as well. And we appreciate you and the Parks Board. And then I promise I will stop soon with the acknowledgments. She's hiding behind a gentleman, but Heather Hall from the City Council, I see you here as well, and so thank you so much for being here. I also, in my acknowledgments, and I promise I won't just make it all thank yous, but that's how you keep these jobs, I will note that I have several friends who are here near the front, Barnett and Shirley Hellsberg, who I have gotten to know over the years, particularly having wonderful lunches with Barnett, where he tells me you should really consider going into business, Quentin. It's dramatic, but in different ways. And then my friend Don Wagner and Gene Wagner from the Police Board of Commissioners, and I've had an honor getting to know them over the years as well. So many people are an important part of this project, which I think will change the face of what this zoo looks like for Kansas City. I come to this having grown up in Kansas City, and I remember some years ago, many, many years ago, I was a child walking through the zoo, and as you all might remember, it wasn't, for a kid, it was exciting, but we could do better. I remember at one of the exhibits, the most exciting thing that I saw was actually a plaque that had Mayor Charles B. Wheeler, MD, on it, and I believe that was kind of the most recent thing that I had walked by that day at the zoo. As you may know, I'm a few years younger than perhaps Mayor Wheeler's tenure, and so perhaps it was time to rejuvenate things just a bit. This group has done an outstanding job of it. No one more than Randy Wistoff, who has been a believer in this zoo's opportunities, and more than that, this city's opportunities. He has constantly said in every conversation, when money has been tight, when things have been challenging, a world-class city deserves a world-class zoo. This is another project that gives us just that type of opportunity. And I will note that when I first got elected to City Council some years ago, Randy shared his excitement with me. I was then single. I had a lot of other things to do on a warm summer day, but he drove me around the zoo, probably for an hour and a half or so. And he talked about all the opportunities coming to us ahead. Well, I am so proud that we get to see one part of his dream come to fruition, but more than that, we get to see this world-class zoo and the world-class city that we all deserve, that our children all deserve, and that generations ahead deserve. Thank you once again to all of you who have contributed. Thank you to all of you who have helped speak the gospel of the zoo, and more than anything, I look forward to all of us coming back, perhaps on a warmer day, to celebrate the zoo, the aquarium, when it opens for all of us. God bless you all, and thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Lucas. Now I'll turn it over to Jerry Nolte. Jerry and Clay County has been a huge support of the Kansas City Zoo, and we wouldn't be here today without you and Clay County. Jerry, thank you for everything that you've personally done and how you've represented your constituents. We appreciate it.
Wow, what a great day today. It could be a little warmer, I'll admit that, but it is a great day to be out here, and it's a great thing that we're here for. I'm happy to be here representing the citizens of Clay County. Since 2012, Clay and Jackson counties combined have contributed more than $150 million through their participation in the zoo district. That's a lot of money, and we're happy to do that. The announcement of this Aquarium project is the next step in that shared vision to turn what is already a great zoo into a world-class zoo, and that's our goal. Without the support of the citizens of Clay and Jackson counties, private donors, and the Friends of the Zoo, projects like this aquarium would not be possible. Congratulations to Randy and the whole team here at the zoo, certainly Haley and the people on the Friends of the Zoo board, and everyone who's worked so hard to make this day possible. The Kansas City Zoo is an important asset for this region, and we look forward to participating with our partners in future improvements. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jerry. And now we'll ask Dan Tarwater to come up and talk about his thank yous as well for Jackson County and how much Jackson County has done for the zoo. And Dan. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you. The mayor offered me his coat, but he's in much better shape than I am, so I told him I don't think it's going to fit. But we are here today in thanking the Jackson County voters also in this tax that we've been able to do with a lot of partnerships, with different donors. And all of this commitment has paid off. Since the time of 2011, when it first got passed, the things that have been built here are the Hellsberg Penguin Plaza, Orangutan Canopy, Stingray Bay, sloths, Randy's favorite animal, upgrades to the giraffe area, and then as you see right down the road here is the elephant exhibit. So all of those things that we never thought were possible became possible because we all came together, and we very much appreciate that. There have been 570,000 discount tickets, which what that means is the residents of Clay and Jackson County receive free admission to the zoo. So that's a lot of people that have been able to come. 134,000 discounted tickets as far as for the yearly passes has been done, all of which was made possible by the commitment of the voters. And as Jerry pointed out, the benefits are even more now. With the aquarium coming, it's going to be part of your admission price, the low admission price or free, and now people are going to be able to experience the ocean right here in Jackson County. This is exciting for all of us. Can't wait to see it get done. Randy's going to shepherd it the rest of the way through. I also have to say hello to Teresa Galvin, legislator with me in Jackson County. And I don't see anyone else right now, but if I missed you, I'm sorry. But thank you very much for coming. This is a dream come true. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. All right, well, he needs no introduction, but before we get to Randy, I just want to go ahead and thank everyone that works here at the Kansas City Zoo as well for all that you do to make this zoo an incredible experience for the kids, for the patrons, for everyone who comes here. Thank you for all that you do and all the hard work that you put in. Now I get to introduce one of my favorite people, and that is Mr. Randy Wistoff. And I met Randy Wistoff now 15 years ago, he was recruiting me. I was very young, as he points out, but he was recruiting me to come and serve on this board. And he told me it was a 3-year commitment 15 years ago. So, but I would stand beside this man wherever he goes because he is a visionary leader. He saw what this zoo could be. He saw what it could do for the citizens of Kansas City and for visitors coming to Kansas City, and he did it. And this is a huge step. It wouldn't have happened without Randy, and I will turn it over to you.
Well, Haley, trust, I couldn't have done it without you and all of you. So it's really a labor of love to be able to do something like this, and especially to see what's happening behind me. When we opened Penguins, I had the pleasure of really getting to know Barnett and Shirley. What a wonderful couple. And at that ribbon cutting in October of 2013, Barnett, we were waiting, it was chilly outside, we were going to cut the ribbon, And he and I were wandering around and looking at penguins as people were coming in to witness the penguin exhibit. And he said something about, Shirley and I have been talking if maybe there might be another project down the road. So Barnett and I went to lunch in February of 2014. 2014, we ate at McCormick and Schmick's, and this is what transpired, is what's behind me. Of course, he asked me at that time, what do I think one of these things would cost? I really lowballed it. Oh, man. I gave him this little bitty number. And then it went big, and then it's been all over the place. And just as things happen, about a week later, I was meeting with the Dunn family, and Terry and I were having kind of an offline conversation, and he, honest to God, he didn't know about Barnett and I's meeting and lunch, and he said, have you ever thought about building an aquarium out there at the zoo? And we were down in your office, Terry. I don't know if you remember that. Your family was down there. And really, that's between the two of them. Terry's been helpful and Peggy have been helpful on fundraising. And the Hellsbergs, what a great city this is. And thank God you have lived here and stay living here, because it's a great city. So many people go off and live somewhere else, and for you to hang in here and be part of this community, and to see this come to fruition. It's been a great dream. I was at the Omaha Zoo for 26 years. The biggest game changer, deal breaker maker that we ever did there was when we built the aquarium. It changed the complexion of the zoo forever. And one of the little side benefits of having an aquarium, we would be able to have this entire event indoors there today, where it would be nice and toasty. And an exhibit like that is a destination exhibit. It could be standalone. It could stand in any city as a freestanding aquarium where people would come from miles away. You could charge at least $25, $30 just to get in to see this thing. With zoo admission now, and as Dan and Jerry mentioned, the discounted coupons for county residents, the free coupons, all the education programming that we do, this is included with your zoo admission, which we've tried to do with everything we've done. So it's really important. We're bringing the ocean big time to all the kids, all the families of Kansas City. Now, besides Barnett and Shirley and getting involved early, we went out and had a nice conversation with Kent Sunderland. And Kent has always been years and years and years, even in Omaha, supportive of zoos. He believes in them and understands what they mean to a community and to the residents of a community. So Kent, thank you. Randy Vance, your right-hand person now out there in the foundation. So thanks a bunch. Don and Jean Wagner have stepped up. We appreciate what you're doing. And for the zoo, for a long time, Don was a past board chair before I got here, but we lured him back in to help a little bit. Also have, I don't think Wes Dixon is here, but the Dixon Foundation. Karen has her roots in Omaha, where her family was very active in the zoo. And when Barb and I moved here, we'd known Karen long ago. That was one of the first phone calls I've made, and Karen and Wes have stepped up and are going to help us with the aquarium. And J.E. Dunn Construction, who's always been a great partner of the zoo, is also helping with the zoo. And a few board members have already stepped up. David and Nancy Yeamans are going to sponsor a tank, and so we thank you all. It takes a little bit of public money, or quite a bit of public money and quite a bit of private money to make a dream like this come true. So this is not only bringing a world-class aquarium that will feature 600,000 gallons of water, which is a lot of water, but a lot of really interesting tanks. There'll be 33 total habitats within the building, which you can come in and spend the better part of a day if you want to on a nice cold wintry day, a nice hot summer day, or just any nice day. Come out and take a look. Hopefully you'll be impressed. Big shark tank, 300,000 gallon shark tank. We'll have sharks in there that'll be 10, 11 foot long. Sean told me 10, but I'm sure, Sean, you can feed them a little more. They'll get 11, 12 feet long. And we've also created a partnership with sea otters. Some of the most exciting animals we've ever added to the zoo are North American river otters, our small clawed Asian otters. And so we have worked out a deal to bring sea otters here to be part of this aquarium. So a lot of exhibits, a lot of fun. The story we tell is going to be totally unique in how we present the aquarium. I think everybody will be excited when it opens. We'll invite you back to a ribbon cutting and just the beginning of what we hope is the next generation of zoo. We've added a lot of things over the years. This will be a game changer. We did a very conservative feasibility study, and we're estimating that our zoo attendance now will jump from the million range to 1.3 million, maybe even higher than that. That's what happened when we opened the aquarium in Omaha. So that's what we're looking forward to. This is the beginning of the next phase of the zoo. It can be bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's what we hope to do. And you know, I will call out Kima McCoy, who has been, she works for Lee Barnes and Park Shaw Raina, and Kima has been, boy, I tell you, if you think Barb's mean to me, Kima, boy, she calls me all the time. Where are we at on that aquarium? So Kima, I know it's about parents, young parents like you who want your kids to have something that is very unique, and we're out here as far away from an ocean as you can possibly get. And so that's the kind of enthusiasm that we love responding to. And so thank you for your persistence, and we'll let you help cut the ribbon in a couple years. This will open in 2023. We've had just minor delays, just making sure the Dunn team has done a great job and all of our subs. But with this pandemic, the availability of, with the supply chain, we want to make sure we can get all of the things that we need, not only at the best price, but actually make sure we get them here when we need them. Because if we don't have the pumps and the filters, we can't open this thing, and it won't do any good to have 600,000 gallons of water. I do see Lee Barnes now. Thank you for coming. We have to make sure everything is available. We can get it here. We've signed some contracts guaranteeing price and delivery. So we've got a great team. We're going to get this done. We're going to get it in budget, and we're going to get it during the summer, late summer. Susan, well, you know, your name's on the line on this thing. So late summer 2023, it will be a game changer. It's time now. We've got some goofy little thing we're going to do now, but I would like all of the elected officials, you know, it takes all of your support to help convince a community that this is the best thing that we can do for a city and a region. And, you know, I think everybody knows I'm going to step down as CEO at the end of the year, but Barb and I are going to stay in Kansas City because we love this town. And we'll be here to help get this thing completed and cut the ribbon. And Shirley has nudged me a little bit too that we need to raise an endowment for this thing. So we'll be starting on that. We've just got a little money to raise yet for the construction. Barnett, you just lived it for so many years, haven't you? And it just never changes, does it? You get nudged a little bit. So if I could have all the elected officials, please come up and help us get this little, whatever we're going to do. Marketing department came up with something that they tell me is fun.
It is fun. You're going to see. Okay, friends. It is time to make some waves for Kansas City now. You can feel the excitement in the air. Now, what better way to do that than to have the mood just right? So can I get a little music? A little mood music. Yes, Wipeout. How about some ocean ambiance? Yes. Okay, now everyone that comes out on stage, I need you to help make a splash, okay? I'm counting on you. We want this fundraising campaign to go swimmingly. First of all, let's give a round of applause. Let's cheer them on. Yes. Now, Otter, my friend the Otter, let's get a wave going. Here we go. All right, everybody. Do the wave. I would love to see at least 3 people stand up in the crowd. Ready? Go for it. Yes. All right, 50%. Here we go, 50%. Can we make it 100? Let's try one more time. Give yourselves a round of applause. Now, everyone in the audience today is going to take home a collectible octopus on your way out. Be sure to meet with one of our team members. Everyone, you're doing a fantastic job. We thank you so much today. And Randy, we're off to a fantastic start.
We are. Jack Holland, come on up. Be part of this. Please, come on up.
Take it away, Randy.
We do thank you so much. If you would like to be adventurous and go down and see the construction site, a couple of my staff members will be over here by the microphone control center. Love to have you go down if you got old shoes on or even new shoes. And we've got cookies and a few refreshments. We'll be around to answer questions. So thank you so much for coming.